Hello students. So in the previous video we have seen the OpenGL introduction part and what are the different libraries are available in the OpenGL, right? So in this video I am going to continue about the OpenGL and what are the different primitives as well as the attributes are available in the OpenGL. So let us learn the OpenGL API. So here first of all I am going to explain the program structure. So here mainly we are having the 5 different steps. So the very first step is we have to initialize the interaction between the Windows as well as the OpenGL API. And next we have to specify the window properties. Okay, what is the size of the window and what name you want to create your window. Okay, so that is called as the window properties. And next we have to set the callback functions. So the callback in the sense whether if you want to initialize any of the event driven methods if you want to use in the program, then we have to set the callback functions, right? And finally the step 4 is we have to initialize the program attributes. So attribute in the sense anyway in this video itself I will be explaining about the primitives as well as the attributes. Okay, so certain properties of the object that is called as the attribute. And finally we are starting to run the program, right? So these are the main steps of the program, OpenGL program. So here see in this structure, first of all we have to include the library, the GL as well as the GLUD library. Already you know about GLUD, right? So what is GLUD? It is nothing but GL utility toolkit, right? Afterwards we have to get the arguments. Okay, finally we have to initialize the GLUD, okay, library functions by giving the arguments. Then we have to set the display mode. Okay, so what is the display mode? Whether you want to show the 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional object. So that we have to notify it here. Okay, and what sort of color we are using, whether we are using RGB color or whether we are using the indexed color model. Okay, that we have to initialize it here. And next we are setting the window properties, right? So the window size and window position, and we are creating the window with the name simple, and finally we are writing the display function. So normally inside the my display only we will be writing our code, OpenGL code to show the particular object. The object can be polygon, triangle or any cube or whatever you want, any scene, okay, whatever it is. So everything will be written inside this display function, and we have to write the init function, my init function. Okay, so this is not mandatory, but for few cases we will be writing my init function also. And finally the GLUD main loop. Okay, so in actually more number of times this loop will be called. Okay, then only we can get the final output. So here the program framework, what are the window management API calls we are using? Okay, so first of all we are using the GLUD init, so which is used to initialize the GLUD, means the utility toolkit library functions, and it should be called before any of the GLUD routine. If you see the previous program, see here we have specified then see here each and every function what and all we have called, no, all are GLUD functions only. GLUD init display mode, GLUD init window size, GLUD init window position, GLUD create window. So all are GLUD functions only. So before calling any of the GLUD routine, it should be initialized. Okay, and next GLUD init display mode. So which is used to specify the color model. That's what I told you, whether it can be RGB color model or the index color model. And the window size, so which is used to specify the size of the number of pixels of our window. Okay, whether it is 500 into 700 or 1024 into 764, okay, whatever it is. And the window position, so which is used to specify the location for the upper left corner. Okay, and the create window, which is used to create the window with the OpenGL context. Okay, And color manipulation, what are the functions which is related to the color manipulation means GL clear color, so which is used to clear the window. Suppose you want to clear the window with a white color or full black color or any different colors means we have to use this GL clear color. And next to GL clear, which is used to clears the entire window. And GL color 3F. See here 3F is a variable in the sense we can use 2I or 2F or 4 also. Okay, so which is nothing but it is according to the image, what image you are using, whether it is a 2-dimensional object or image or 3-dimensional object, or sometimes we will be using 4 also, 4 different components also. So which is used to establishes what color to use for the drawing objects, right? And finally we will be using the GL flush function, so which is used to ensure all the drawing commands are actually fleshed out by the OpenGL. Otherwise, it will take more amount of memory again and again. Okay, so whenever the object creation is over, we have to just flesh out the entire thing so that it will be automatically get refreshed, right? And next comes the OpenGL primitives and attributes. Okay, so what is called as the primitive? How to define the primitive? So the primitive is nothing but it is a very what a basic element of the any of the API. Okay, so it is nothing but what the hardware, how the hardware can be expected to support the particular API. Okay, so here the primitive should be a orthogonal, always it should be 90° from each other, then only we can create a very good primitive, right? So the here the OpenGL primitive are of two different types. The very first type is called as basic library. Okay, so which is having a very small set of primitives, and next comes the GLU library. So inside the GLU library only we are having rich set of objects which is obviously derived from the basic set of primitives only, right? And next the primitive classes, we are having two different types of primitive classes. The very first primitive class is called as geometric primitive. Okay, so the geometric primitives are subject to a series of geometric operations. Geometric operations means whatever we want we can do it. For example, the point, line segment, curves and polygons or any other objects. Okay, all the geometric primitives will support all the geometric operations like all the transformation, clipping, projection, everything, right? And the next one is the raster primitives. So actually raster primitives we cannot do the geometric operations, but there may be more number of array of pixels will be there, so we can go for the pixel operations, right? So here if you see this diagram, this is the geometric pipeline diagram. Okay, so OpenGL application program, first geometric pipelining means we can do transformation, clipping, projection, and which will be given to the frame buffer. And again OpenGL application program can be given for pixel operations. Pixel operation in the sense which is nothing but the raster primitives. Okay, with the raster primitives we can do all the pixel operations. Obviously this will be given to the frame buffer only, right? And this is the way the attributes, the primitives as well as the attributes will be given inside the program. Okay, so always it should be start with GL begin of type. So here the type should be specified. Type in the sense it can be of GL line, GL point, or GL polygon, or GL square, GL triangle, whatever it is. And here we have to specify the number of vertexes. For example, if it is triangle means 3 different vertexes we have to give, starting, mid and the end point. These 3 vertex we have to give, right? And here the asterisk means that is for dimensional and the data type, right? And always the primitives, how we are starting means by using the GL begin function, and it should end with GL end. Okay, And see, this is the vertex function, GL vertex of asterisk. So this asterisk can be a form of NT or NTB. NT means the number of dimension and T is nothing but the data type, and NTB, B is nothing but the variable. So the variable can be a pointer also. So here they have given the example, GL vertex 2i. So two dimensional integer. So GL into x, GL into y. If it is 3f means 3 different coordinates with a floating point. And next GL vertex of 2fv. So v is nothing but it is a variable of p. So p is already which is initialized inside the program of p of 2 of 1.0 and 1.0. These are the integer values, right? So these are the different ways of calling our vertex functions. And next comes the primitives. So from here we are going to study about all the primitives. So here the very first basic primitive is called as point. GL points and line segments and polygons. Okay, so the GL polygon. So these are the some of the examples. See here, GL points means P1, P2, P3. These are the different points. And GL lines means if you connect one coordinate with another coordinate, we are getting the line segment. And line strip means if we are continuously joining all the points together, then we will get the line strip. And we can create the line loop also. Okay, line loop means which will this P7 will combine with the P0. Okay. And next polygon. So GL polygon. So polygon definition is nothing but obviously the polygon means it should be described by using the line loop, because it is a complete structure, right? A polygon means some end model we should get, end object, right? So it should have the well defined interior also, right? So the here the polygon in computer graphics, which is used to create the polygon like this. See here some sphere. So this sphere is nothing but it which is used to construct by using the quad function. Okay, GL quad. Quad means it should have 4 different coordinates. See, again and again they have combined four quads together to create this kind of sphere. Okay, and these are the 4 different polygons with different attributes. I will explain you what is attribute, right? And the polygon properties. So here we are having 3 different types of polygon: simple polygon, convex polygon and flat. Okay, so the simple means no two edges should cross each other. So this is the example for simple. This object is example for simple polygon. And next non-simple is the example of, see this is the non-simple object, because the edges are crossing with each other, right? And convex. So the convex is nothing but all the points on the line segment should be inside the object. See here in this diagram, the P1, P2 is a line segment which is inside the polygon, right? That's why it is called as convex, right? And finally we are having the flat polygon also. So these are the different polygon primitives. Polygon, we have polygon, triangles and GL quad, which is used for quadrilaterals, and strips and fans. Okay, so this is the example, a diagram for the quad. Quad means we are in need of 4 different points, and triangles means we are in need of 3 different points, right? And triangle strip, see triangle strip means it is a combination of 3 points together. Then quad strips and triangle fan. Okay, and the attributes. See what is called as attribute means the properties, geometric properties. For example, color, thickness as well as the pattern of the complete primitives. So primitive can be of any line or polygon or whatever it is. Attribute is nothing but the color, the thickness of the line and the pattern, how we are filling inside the polygon. So these are considered as the attributes. Okay, so this is one of the example with the sphere along with the attributes. Yes. So I hope you have understood about the OpenGL primitives as well as the attributes, right? So I will explain the line drawing algorithm in the next video. Thank you.